Hi, it's Jalen, and I'm going to be explaining my programming homework number 6. So I have it compiled on WinProg right here. I'm going to just do a.out, and it prints the queues, and then it deallocates at the end. That's why there's the zeros. Um, so if I want to explain it, so for Q.H, it basically just makes one template class called simple Q. It stores a double pointer as the array size and capacity, and then it has a default constructor. It has a destructor. It has a copy constructor, assignment operator overload, and then NQ is going to be adding things to the queue, which means that it's going to go at the very last slot, and then DQ means that we're going to get rid of the first element in the array. And then for my queue.hpp, we have a default constructor, which basically makes size equal to 0. So every time we call a queue, it's going to, every time we call this simple queue using whatever type specified in here, it's going to make the size equal to 0, capacity equal to 5, and then it's going to make the array, which is the double pointer, it's going to make, so T star capacity is a list of pointers, and each of them, yeah, it's a list of pointers that is stored on the heap. So for the destructor, basically what it's going to do, since each array at each index calls the new operator, then we have to go through a for loop to deallocate the array, like each actual object in the array, since they're all called the new operator. And then at the end, we have to delete the array. And for our copy constructor, all it's doing basically just making a new object based on a previous object. So it copies over the size and capacity, and then it makes a new place in the heap, or new places in the heap for this list. And then it's going to copy over the array elements on the right hand side into the left side. And then for my operator overload, it's basically just going to check for self-assignment first, and then if it's not the list, or if the object that we're currently scoped to isn't equal to whatever is the parameter, then it's going to copy over the size and capacity. It's going to deallocate the old array, make a new new places in the heap for the object. And then it's going to copy over everything from the R value into the L value, and then it's just going to return the new array that we just created. And so for the NQ, it's checking if size is equal to capacity. Then it's going to make a temporary double pointer that it's basically the exact same as the other arrays, and then it's going to go through a for loop to put the R value stuff into the temporary array so that we can delete the array, and then just do pointer assignment. So it makes array point to whatever temp got stored, whatever was stored in temp, and then capacity plus equals 5. And then we put any, like, whatever's at the end of the array, we're going to put in the T item. So since it's a queue, we put in, when we add stuff to the array, it's going to go at the end. And then for DQ, it's going to return a pointer, because that pointer is going to point to whatever we, like, the new location for the next deletion. So if size is greater than 0, then it's just going to, like, we have to make sure size is greater than 0 so that we don't try to deallocate something that's not there and get a seg fault. And then it's going to just shift everything over to the left. and then it returns array at 0 because that's always going to be the first element in the array. Um, and then if not, if our size was not greater than 0, then it just returns null pointer, so that we don't get a segfault. And then for int main, all it does is sets up a simple stack using integers. So S1 and S2 are both calling the default constructor for simple queue. And then we add these elements to S1. And then since this is a decopy assignment operator overload, it's going to make everything that's stored, it's going to make S1 equal to S2. So it's going to put all of S2, or it's going to put all of S1's stuff into S2. And then the copy constructor, it makes a new object based on what S1 is. So it's going to make its own place in the heap, like new place in the heap. And then, yeah, it's just going to copy everything over. And then this is just printing everything. So S1, S2, S3. And then it just dequeues all of them to make sure they're empty at the end. And this was just from the code that he gave us on Canvas. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening.